YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another episode of Shad TV. My name is Rashad, and today we got news. Like it's not news, but it's news at the same time. Today is a conversation regarding the state of hip hop right now. As I'm not gonna lie, these rappers are letting anything happen in rap nowadays. So recently, I made a video on TikTok, which y'all can go follow. Link in my bio. I can even put it up on the screen right here. And it was basically me clowning Lil Baby doing a song with Lil Mabu. I mean, Baby went from being on albums with Drake, J. Cole, Kanye to Lil Mabu features. He did just do the song with Future. I know, I saw it. So we gonna let it slide for now. But at the same time, Lil Mabu features, bro, really? But it made me realize that there's an underlying issue with rap that's not getting talked about as much as it should be. And it's how rappers are just letting a lot of BS get involved in their industry, which is ultimately making the music watered down nowadays and not really as special as it should be. Now, I'm gonna just give you a warning right now. If you are one of the five fans of Lil Mabu or 6ix9ine, this video ain't for you. Cause they're gonna be part of my big points in this video and they gonna get slandered. I'm gonna just keep it real. So if you're not gonna look forward to that, do what you gotta do. But before I get to all that, go ahead, like, subscribe, do what you gotta do, follow the social medias if you want to. Let's get into this video though. So like I said, a lot of the hip hop nowadays is very watered down, and I think part of that is not a lot of people are just taking the genre as serious as they were before. Now, obviously, with the whole rap beast that's going on, and everything, people are like, "Yeah, real hip hop is back" and stuff like that, which is good. We love to see that. But at the same time, when it comes to the actual quality of the music, people just not taking it as serious. And I think part of that is because the people rappers are allowing into their spaces, they're just invading it. They people who have no business being famous whatsoever, but they're welcomed in anyways if they got a little motion or a little clout or whatever. And a big example of this is Lil Mabu. Now, I'm not gonna go sit down here and give you like the whole spiel about him because a lot of y'all probably heard about him, but I'll give you this. So he's a drill rapper based out in New York, and he's only about 19 at the time of this video, I believe. Now he has a lot of social media clout, specifically because he's a rich white kid who involves himself around a whole bunch of drill rappers and a whole bunch of black people. He has videos of him fake clutching and doing all this type of stuff. He's acting like he with that shit, but he really not with it. Like y'all know that dude that you went to high school with, and he was a nice little boy. He wasn't on nothing. He wasn't in the streets. He was in the books. And then he goes to college, and then he telling people that he be gang banging and he be in the streets. Yeah, think of that, but with Lil Mabu. And only he's trying to portray this image as a street dude slash rapper. And another thing with Lil Mabu, it doesn't help with not only that he has the money and the social media clout to make this stuff happen, but he also has people like Fabio Foreign, Lil Durk, and Lil Baby who are co-signing him and doing songs with him. I think I saw Lil Durk was like in the whole video with him or whatever. Lil Baby and Fabio were on Lil Mabu's new album and stuff. And on top of all of that, his music just sucks. Like, I'm not even trying to hate or for real. Like, his music, it's not enjoyable. As repetitive as drill can be, there are a lot of better small NY rappers that are just better than him. And to be honest, part of the reason he has clout right now is just because he's white and he's doing the drill stuff, and people are seeing that and being like, "Oh, that looks cool," or he's funny or whatever. When really it's just, I hate the term, but he's being a culture vulture. That's exactly what he's being. So I say all this because Lil Mabu is just a short list of rappers who are just allowed into hip hop spaces they don't need to be in. Lil Mabu wasn't isn't from the streets, okay? He can't relate to half of these dudes that he be collaborating with, whether it's NLE Choppa, Lil Baby, Fabio Foreign. But he just has the resources and the money to where he can make that stuff happen. He's literally a college student talking about switches and guns and being in the street. Like that's weird, bro. Come on. And it's people like him who are just only in the genre for the clout, involving themselves in things that they don't need to be in. I mean, we've seen Lil Mob who get involved with the whole Blueface and Krishan thing, which is a very toxic relationship. We've all seen it ourselves. and trying to insert himself in it to cause controversy and get clicks and likes, when it's like, bro, you can just be a good rapper and you'll be straight. But because you do that, you do all the other antics and stuff, and you make music, that's how you get your clicks up rather than just focusing on music and actually making it enjoyable for a lot of people. And a lot of the stuff I say about Mabu can be related towards another rapper who is like in a similar bubble as him. Takashi 69. Y'all know who 69 is. A New York based rapper who was false claiming gangs, talked about street stuff, but still ended up snitching. We know his story and everything. He had no business being in the rap game in the first place. Now I'm not gonna lie. When he first came out with some of them songs, some of them snippets, I remember that one snippet that he dropped with A Boogie and Fetty Wap, and I was like, okay, he got it. Like this is nice and stuff. But in the end of the day, he was really not supposed to be in that space at all. And again, he had the cosigns that allowed him to do what he did. He had cosigns from Young Thug, A Boogie with the Hoodie, Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, Gunna. But when he snitched, nobody was rocking with him. And that was what also bothered me about the success of 6ix9ine. Like 6ix9ine is a Mexican rapper that repeatedly says the N-word, has repeatedly gotten called out for it, but still stands on that. He's always appropriating black culture. He has admitted domestic violence and pleaded guilty to the use of a child and sexual performance in 2015. But the only reason these rappers weren't messing with him was because he was a snitch. Like, he was already a terrible person to begin with, but the fact of the matter is, it literally took him to snitch to be blackballed from the industry. Now we don't hear from 6ix9ine unless he gets arrested or something. Like, people don't care about his music. He dropped like a whole Spanish album like a year or two ago, and nobody said anything about it. Like, his career is done basically. But it's just like, at the same time, it's like, really, it took him to snitch for y'all not to rock with him, but he had all the signs of why you shouldn't associate with him, but snitching was what drew the line. That could be a whole conversation in itself for another day. But the moral of what I'm trying to say is, it's just crazy what rappers allow and don't allow. They pick and choose what is valid in their genre, and that's, or in their culture rather, and that's really just messing up a whole bunch of things and letting people like 6ix9ine, like Lil Mabu, get involved in being spaces that they just don't have no business being in. And for my last example, and probably one of the more recent ones, well, him and Mabu are at the same rate, I guess, but Lil RT. Lil RT. He is a 9-year old rapper who kind of emerged out of nowhere. Like, it's kind of crazy how he just blew up literally overnight. And he raps about stuff and says stuff he shouldn't be saying at 9 years old. He's making songs about being in high speed chases, having sex with women. Outside of his music, he has used the R word multiple times. And there's just a bunch of other things that I've seen that I don't even want to get into. But like, basically, this kid is not being a kid. But whoever his parental guidances are, have put him in the industry at a very young age, marketed him with 20v1 videos, of course, um, just putting him in interviews. Like, this kid, is he in school? Like, I know it's illegal for a kid like him to not be in school. I know that. But it's like, what are we doing? And not only has he had a cosign from Lil Mabu, Lil RT was on Lil Mabu's most recent album, but Doughboy. Now, if you don't know who Doughboy is, he's part of Future's FBG label, okay? And he's probably, I would say he's the second most popular artist on that label next to Future and I guess Boston Richie. But now it's kind of just like Doughboy at this point is like the big second guy in command as far as like popular FBG artists. Doughboy did a song or hopped on the remix to Lil RT's song and did a whole music video with him. Like, Doughboy, I rock with you, bro. I like your music, but that's just lame. That's lame. Why are you encouraging the stuff that that little kid is doing instead of being like, "Lil bro, like you don't gotta be involved in this stuff." Like, let me read you something. This is off of 60 Miles 3, so the remix to Lil RT's song. Doughboy said, "Only hopping on this song cause my gun as big as this fucking child." Like, why? And then here's some of the stuff Lil RT saying on the song, bro. Like, he said, "I'm in a Lamborghini, keep on talking, I'm in a Lamborghini, point that beam up on his head, took his shit, he went out bad, 50 rounds, they know not to play with me. I'll shoot his ass right in the ground, hand her out." Like, this is a 9-year-old kid. Now, I think he's being told for the most part what to do because it's like, I mean, I don't remember what it was like being 9 years old, but I know, you're a child. You don't remember or know certain things. You don't know no better. You're a kid. But it's like, it's clearly somebody is telling him to do this stuff and say this stuff for the most part. But it's just like, bro, this is a kid, a 9-year-old kid. And you have a grown ass man on this song who's co-signing it. That kid probably has a bunch of grown ass men and women that are co-signing him, but the fact that Doughboy has a real following and is tied with Future, like, and like he's tied with Future and a whole bunch of other rappers, that's sad. Like, I can't. That's just some stuff you just can't respect at all. Like, that's just crazy. And even aside from, the Doughboy and industry people rocking with Lil RT, like, there's like, this kid is just dealing with stuff he shouldn't have to at 9 years old. Literally, there was a video of a stripper that was twerking on this little boy in the club. That woman needs to go to jail. I'm not even gonna put that video up there, but that woman needs to go to jail. That is sick. Like, Candace Owens literally made a whole segment on her show talking about this kid. She said, "This is a kid who will end up dead. If you think that this his mother is setting him on the right path, then it's because you're an idiot." That she said on her show. A lot of people don't agree with what Candace Owens got to say, but you got to agree with that. Like, any logical human being who has a heart and like understands what it's like, it don't even matter if you have a kid or not. That's wrong. That kid don't gotta be in these type of situations or in these type of environments. Like, that's sick. And I mentioned Lil RC in this video because he just has no business being involved in the industry. But here you go having somebody like Doughboy, Lil Mabu. There might even be other rappers that I'm not thinking of right now. But you have people who are co-signing this behavior and allowing it, and that's just wrong. It's dead wrong. He deserves to live a normal kid life because, and God forbid, knock a wood, if something happens to this young child. But like Candace is right. This could easily lead to bad decisions. Like, think about it like this. Y'all have seen 16, 17-year olds who are just straight up crash dummies. Like, we've seen it ourselves, whether you're from a major city or you've seen it online. Imagine wh- how this kid could turn out while he's 9 years old right now, and what can happen with him when he's 15, 16 years old, bro. Like, that's scary to think about when he's consuming all these things from, violence and things like that, or all the stuff that he shouldn't be knowing about at 9 years old. Like, it's scary to think about what can happen to this kid in the future. And pray for him, of course. Hopefully, none of that happens, but you just never know, especially in this world that we live in. Like, hip hop just has to do better, bro. And when I mention these people like Lil RT, Lil Mabu, and 6ix9ine, this is like their own category. Okay, there's other people like Forbats. He's an industry plant, but relatively, I think it's okay for him to be famous. It's not okay for a 9-year-old child to be famous like this in this type of light. There is no reason for 6ix9ine to be famous, and there's really no reason for Lil Mabu to be famous. But because of these cosigns and then these people just encouraging stuff that just doesn't that shouldn't be cosigned, it just hurts rap. It makes people not take rappers seriously. There's a reason why the numbers just ain't the same no more as it used to, bro. Like, back in the day, look, I usually be hating on the old heads, but one thing about them old heads though, they had a lot of respect for hip hop, bro. I feel like a lot of these guys nowadays don't respect hip hop as much, and it shows with who they work with and who they collaborate with and who they allow or co-sign to be in the industry, bro. Like, it just sucks, man. Like, there's no reason for half these dudes to be famous. There needs to be, and I'm not trying to. I hate saying the word gatekeeping because I think that like when it comes to hip hop, anybody should be able to consume it. Like I hate when people be like, "Oh, he can't listen to I don't know, Drake or whoever cuz they look like this or whatever." Like that's dumb. Like that's really dumb. But there's just certain people that just don't need to be involved with the shit. And I gave you specific reasons why, okay? And so, which is why, like I said, I hate the word gatekeep, but I understand why certain people gate kept. I think that's a word. Gate kept from certain things because it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? You don't. 9 year olds don't need to be rapping at 9 years old. Okay, like simple as that. They need to go be a kid, learn how to read. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at 9 years old you're starting to read better. I don't know. I don't. I haven't been 9 in a minute, but with that being said, like they has just got to do better. And as I wrap this up, bro, like I think rappers also just need to hold each other accountable more. Like tell these dudes, like, bro, don't be like Future. Tell Doughboy, don't rock with that kid, bro. Tell Doughboy, do not get on that damn song with that kid. Like simple as that. Fu- Future is kind of like the guy that like you could tell doesn't give a fuck about a lot of shit, unless it's like real beef, like what we seeing right now. But like, come on, Future, like you could tell your man's like, bro, don't get on that song with that damn kid. Like, what you doing? Like that shit is just ridiculous to me. We need more of these OGs to really say stuff too. Like I know some of y'all are like, bro, like we don't need to listen to these old heads. Like, oh, they're stuck in their old ways. For the most part, it's true. But at the same time, it's like Nas needs to come down and just be like, bro, like I don't know what the fuck y'all doing in hip hop, but y'all are just doing a bunch of BS. Like I would need to see like Nas or Jay Z just come down and be like, y'all doing a bunch of BS with hip hop right now. Like, why is this 9 year old over here rapping about switches? Why are y'all letting this rapper who is not black, he knows he's not black, say the N word all the time? Why is this white rapper who has never been in the streets rapping about being in the streets and other street rappers are getting on his songs and basically co-signing him? Like all these things, it's just it's time for the conversation. It's time for that conversation. These old heads just need to put these young dudes straight and just tell them straight up, like, bro, y'all gotta do better because y'all making us look bad right now. I wish I could, but I'm not as famous as some of the people I just mentioned. So maybe if I don't know, Lil Baby sees this, or Future, or Doughboy, or whoever sees this, they'll be like, "Huh, yeah, maybe you're right." But I don't know. Let's hope that maybe this video can get pushed out like that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much what I have to say about that. I want to see better from hip hop for real, bro. Like this has been a good year so far as hip hop goes. We've seen, obviously the big rap beef that's happening right now. A lot of good music's come out too, but like stuff like this just bothers me so much because it's just like y'all got to do better. Like especially in a genre that is dominated by black people, bro. Like we just gotta do better representing ourselves. It hip hop already gets a bad rep because of the content of the music and things like that. Like we know that. But now when you're allowing just anybody to be in the genre, it waters it down even more. And I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised when people say hip hop's dead or it's gonna be really dead in the next few years because it's like at some point it's like y'all gotta realize you just be letting anybody get famous. Like that's just sad to me. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say as of right now, y'all. But thank you once again for tuning in if you got this far. Like I said, go ahead, like, subscribe, share, specifically subscribe. I'm trying to eat soon. Once I eat, we all eating. I've been telling people this. Once I eat, we all eat. But not for real. Appreciate you guys so much for tuning into this episode. We gonna get at y'all soon. Peace.